Well, I found this one, and I thought this 3-pack came with a 1/4 inch. I ended up buying a 3-pack at the store. I got 1 inch, 3/4, and 1/2 inch, and I thought it was a 4-pack. Maybe it was only a 3-pack, and I thought, I'll not use a 1/4 inch, but I like to use the 1/4 inch. This is 1/2 inch. I think I still have it somewhere. I can use the 1/2 inch. Okay, so now that I know where it is, I can just hold it in there. And I could do that. I could do the whole edge that way too, but I like to take my sheetrock knife for that edge, and I can actually kind of mark it that way, and then go in a little deeper and a little deeper. You can get vertical lines that way. Now I can just do this without tapping it with my hammer or anything if I want. Just little taps as you go, you know. And now, since I didn't have a square, a round edge, I've got the square one, and I had just a little ding in it, and I put my screwdriver on it. But this is just going into a little storage area. It looks like whoever installed this initially, have just a little bit of an edge here, and I can just move it along where that backside is and clean that stuff off of there. That's why I like using my little 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch one, little bit as you walk it on by. Okay, that's gonna clean it up just a hair. My motto is, if you're gonna do something, you might as well do it right, you know? And there was already holes for this, and I could, if you don't have a battery operated drill, you don't need one. You know, just do it by hand. But if you do have one, where is mine? Right here. Make sure you have it on low. There's a way that you can do high and low. So I want to make sure I get it on low, because I just don't want to spin it too much. And I'll make it pretty snug where I think, and then I'll double check it by hand. See, like that. Now, am I done with this door? Not yet, because let's just get you in line here. Let's just close this door and see where we're at, shall we? I haven't done anything with the paddle, that little edge yet. Look at that. Jeez. I wonder if that's why they... Oh, look at that. That's why they did that. Dabbity nabbit. I line this up. It's right about there. And I look on here, and sure enough, the strike plate is too low. It's too low, so the latch is not fitting in the strike plate. That's why they took that off. And the reason why it's too low is because whoever installed this door, they should have had the jamb up a little bit higher because I've already made the determination this door looks fine. See, this door would be like as though if the door was sagging really super far, and I already know the door is not sagging. I already looked at it, made the determination, looked up there, and let's get up here again and double check this thing. Boy, trying to do all this, lots of stuff going on. When you make videos like this, there's a little bit of work involved, you know, but it's for your benefit, not mine. So you see here, look, this gap should be lower, but if I lower the door, I'm going to come closer to this edge here, aren't I? So, I mean, the only way to lower the door is I'd have to take that bottom hinge off and try to suck that over. I might have to do the two hinges over here to kind of pull the door over this way, and that could lower the door. It's going to take the door and tilt it down a little bit, which will then lower this down. It's going to create a bigger gap here, and in fact this gap is pretty tight, and it looks like maybe it does need to go over. It's the very opposite of a door sagging, you know what I mean? It's just the way that they installed this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two hinges off, and I'm going to drill holes in it just like I've done before. If you've been watching those videos, I take this hinge off, pre-drill a hole there, put 2-inch drywall screws in there, coarse threaded, put this hinge back on, undo this hinge, flop it out of the way so I can get those other 2 screws in there. I'm going to do that there and there, okay? And then we'll see, this will give the door a little bit more of a gap there, let's say. It's going to lower it down from the top just a hair, and it's going to push it just a hair tighter up there, but we can go a little bit more because of that gap. See that gap? We've got plenty of room there to move it over to the right about 1/16 of an inch. If I move that over 1/16 of an inch, that actually is going to take this door and lower it down. You see what I'm saying? It's going to lower it down because if you look at that, see where the top edge is? It's supposed to be in the middle of the strike. See how the strike plate is lower? It's like the door, the latch is higher than the middle of the strike plate. So I'm going to try to move that down a little bit. And once I move it down, it still might not be enough. I put a pencil mark on the side. I think the pencil mark is like right there. So if that goes straight across, see the latch is hitting right up there. And so I can ream this out. And I did buy a reamer bit. And you're probably going to be able to see me do that. I don't want to ream that out too much. If I ream it out too much, I'm going to get way up high to that screw. And I could do that, but I can do these other things first, and then maybe I only have to ream out a little bit of that only, okay? All right, here I go. I'm going to take these 2 hinges off and start working on them. I had pretty good luck using the 2.5-inch coarse screws instead of the 3-inch. So that's what I'm going to try here. Lift up, move the door a little bit, and usually you can loosen that up, okay? Don't put the screw in, the hinge in, or the bit in all the way. Just let it stick in a little bit, that you can grab it. I left my phone on in case Mommy called me from the hardware store, and it's not Mommy, so I'm not answering. You don't want to push the drill bit all the way in, because you want it sticking out as far as you can to get into the wood 2x4 behind the door jamb. Okay, get it on high, put it in a slight angle to hit the edge of the 2x4. I'm doing it twice here. I like to do towards the top and bottom. put it on reverse, hang on to the chuck, and boom. Now I can loosen that up. Which way? That back in, tighten it up, forward, hold that. I hold that as I tighten it. I've got it, let's see, I want it on low. Okay, I got it on low. Make sure I'm on low. I can drive these screws in there. 2.5 inch I'm using. Even though once I get it flush to the wood, I want to drive it in there a little bit more. Okay, I heard it snap like it's pushing through, and in fact, I can see an edge of a nail right there. See that? So I know it sucked it in. And I believe I'm going to have to do the that second hinge too. I'm going to finish that off. I don't tighten those up all the way. I usually try to do it by hand. Okay, and we can look, you want to look at this and see if we've done enough. I don't think we've done enough yet. I think we still have to do the next hinge up, and I might as well do that, but just for kicks, if you really want to see what's happening here. You see I got more of a gap down there now, don't I? See the gap right there, and that's actually lowered the door. But I think I got to do it a little bit more on the next one to get this gap just a little bit less up there. Okay, and my theory is by pushing that over, that's taking this door, twisting it like that, and it's going to push it over at the top. If it doesn't push it over far enough, there's something else I could do at that hinge up there, but first things first, I don't want to move it over too far, because see, I got a nice big gap there, and when I get up there, look at the top of this, let's just see, see, I moved it down a little bit. I still got a little bit of room here to go. Then I can move it over, because the latch is still not, is still not hitting. See, it's still not in there yet. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing to this hinge.